Hello, we have another craft kit for the upcoming week, and I wanted to give you a little tutorial. This week's craft is Happy Little Trees, and in this kit you're going to get a watercolor palette with a brush. You'll also get one brown crayon, and you'll see why here in just a minute. And then you will also receive, ta-da, 2 pieces of watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is nice and stiff, and it doesn't get as soaked and soggy as regular paper might. And now you can see why it's called Happy Little Trees. This is the example that I made earlier, and it looks a little bit trickier than it is. It's actually a really fun, easy craft. So I'm going to show you today a couple of the techniques that I used that you might want to try if you want to follow along. So, in addition to what you receive in the kit, you will also probably want to have a paper towel or something like that handy, and of course, some sort of little container of clean water to help you clean your brush. Now, I have already gone ahead and used my paint palette. As you can see, it's a little bit messy, but the one that you get will be brand new and nice and fresh. And you'll want to go ahead and put just a little bit of clean water in the colors that you think you will want to use. Now, if you are helping a little bitty person do this craft, totally up to you. Maybe they want to make a fall scene and use all the colors. But if you're just wanting to focus on a craft like I made or just certain colors, then you can help them by only putting water in the colors that they actually want to use. Now, the first thing that you'll do is you want to feel your paper, because there's one side that's a little bit rougher than the other and one side that's a little bit smooth. It won't make a huge difference if you can't figure it out, but I think that the rough side just gives you some nice texture to your painting. So once you've laid that out, you're going to want to get your brown crayon. And as you can see from my example, the brown wax crayon is what we're going to use to make the trunk and the branches of our trees. And the watercolor paint is not going to stick to where the crayon goes. So it gives you what's called a wax resist. And it's really, really pretty. So we're going to take our crayon, and this is where even little bitty friends can have a lot of fun. We're just going to make some strong up and down lines to be our trees, and then we can add our branches. And as you know, no 2 trees are just the same, so it is okay if your trees go a little crooked, if they have some broken branches. They're all just a part of nature. So some can be thick and some can be thin. All the trees are perfect and beautiful just the way they are. So I like to make some of mine really tall, almost to going off the top of the page. And then we'll also throw in just some little bitty baby ones down there too. And it is great if you really bear down hard. The more wax you get on your paper, the more the paint will repel. So we'll just add a bunch of little trees in here. Maybe we've got a couple that are sort of straight up and down. There we go. And it's kind of nice if your trees look like maybe they're different kinds of trees. You might have some maple, some pine. Think about the trees that grow near your house or that you see in your neighborhood. And they're all different kinds of trees. So there we go. I'm just going to fill up my whole page with my lovely trunks and branches. I think this one needs to be a thicker trunk to it. What do you think? Okay, just a few more. There. So I've kind of gone all the way across my page. There we go. You can keep going. You could add a lot more. Maybe you don't even want as many as I have. That's okay too. But for now, we're done with the crayon. So we can put that to the side. And now the fun part really starts. So you're going to want to get your brush. And if you're not very familiar with watercolors yet, the more water you use, the lighter the color will be. So I'm going to start with my green. And here's something really nice. You can use the lid of your watercolor palette as a place to kind of mix your colors together. So I'm going to start with just a light, bright green. I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. And I'll show you what this looks like, just the green, nothing else mixed in. So now I've got my brush loaded up and I can pick a tree. I think I'll just start here on the left and move across the page. I'm going to just start dabbing the paint along my branches. And this is so much fun. You can decide, because these are your happy trees. You decide how many leaves they have. Are they really full? Are they sparse? Do their leaves grow like this, nice and round? Maybe more up and down. You are the designer, so you choose. And again, if you were helping a little bitty person to do this craft, they could just color all across the top. It will still be beautiful. And I hope that they'll still be very impressed by that wax resist. You can see it here. The paint beads up just a little bit on the top of where the crayon is. But mostly, the crayon just kind of pushes that to the side. There. I'm pretty happy with that tree there. Now, you'll get a really nice look if with the next tree over, you change the color just slightly. That way, as you can see on my other example, your trees don't all blend together. Here you can see the difference because I didn't use the exact same color. This one here, I didn't change the color quite as much, and these two, the leaves kind of blend together. That's your decision too, as the artist, if you maybe like the way that looks for all of the trees to sort of blend together. I'm going to take just a little touch of brown and mix it in up here. A little bit more water. And now let's see how this little tiny baby tree looks. This one, I think it looks pretty good. And I could go right over top of his neighbor. There. And the way that the wax is pushing that paint off, it makes it look like this little tree is actually behind this one. I like that. So let's see, you can just keep going all the way across the page. I'll show you another technique. I'm going to get a little bit of yellow in this one. Kind of pull that to the side, nice and yellowy green. So this one I was just dabbing with my paintbrush. But now maybe I want this one to look a little bit wispier. Maybe it's kind of a pine. Pines are nice and tall. And I'll tell you, I I am not an artist. If you are an artist, you already knew that by watching me paint, but it doesn't matter because it's fun and I like it. So maybe you've taken an art class, maybe your art teacher at school has shown you other fun watercolor painting techniques. Just sort of a messy tree, I think. It's a little wayward. There we go. All right. So you can just keep going all the way across, painting all of your trees. As you can see on my first example, when I was done, I added grass to the bottom, and I got an almost completely dry brush. I had to wait for my leaves to dry a bit more. And with an almost dry brush, I pulled a little bit of black paint through my green to add a little bit of detail there. What I will show you how I did was the sky. Like I said, I'm not an artist, but I do know that there's a technique called wet on wet. And that's what I did for the sky to help it blend in. So I'll show you that. I'm going to rinse my brush. Okay. So I'll just do it over here on this portion since I haven't finished this part over here yet. But with a relatively clean brush, if your water is really murky by this point, really dark, you may want to get fresh before you do this part. Mine's not too bad, so I'm not going to worry about it. But with this technique, you just want to go ahead and wet the parts of your watercolor paper where you want to add your color. In this case, where we're going to add our blue sky. So, just going to get that a little damp. There we go. Now, again, with a wet brush, I'm going to dip into my blue. And you decide, is it kind of a stormy gray day? You might want to add some black. Is it a bright blue sky kind of a day? Your choice. Maybe I will make it a little stormy. Okay. And with this technique, you really don't want a lot of color in your brush unless that's the look that you're going for. But a little bit goes a long way. You can always add more, but it's kind of hard to take it away once you put it on the page. So there we go. You can see how I'm just going over the parts, adding the color to where I already got the paper wet. And it fills in. It makes it look really soft and nice. So there you can see how I added the sky in my first painting. I hope that helps and gives you some ideas on painting your own happy little trees. If you make this craft at home and you have some happy trees to show us, we would love to see a picture. You can tag us on Facebook and we'd love to see what you come up with. Happy painting, guys!